Hey folks, how's everyone this week? Good, I hope. I mean, Christmas is building up rapidly and it's all getting a bit chaotic and but I hope you're all doing well and I hope that you're all in good spirits. I would like to begin this video with a little bit of an apology this week. Unusual for us, we don't normally have to do this. But unfortunately, because we didn't do a first impressions video last week, I didn't announce winners to the two Keyforge decks that I gave away the week prior. I'm going to rectify that now by announcing two winners. So, without further ado, congratulations to Phil Devoy and to Jason Howarth. Your decks are already in the shop, waited for you. They are sealed, so they're randomized, so I don't know which one you're going to get. So, but congratulations once again to you guys, and thank you for taking part. Without further ado then, I need to crack on with this video, so let's get to it. As usual, let's begin by looking at what's on this week at Harlequins, starting with Preston. As always, these events don't change from one week to the next, so please pause the video if you would like to read all of the information displayed. Details for any of these events can be found on the website. This Friday in Preston, we have an MTG Ultimate Masters booster draft. As the boosters for this draft are so expensive and supplies so limited, this will be a strictly 8-player event only. Normally we are flexible and we will add additional places for players, but unfortunately we cannot do that in this case. If you would like to play, contact us via phone, our website or Facebook and book your place ASAP, as this is strictly first come, first served. The draft will start at 6 PM, and as we are using the more expensive Ultimate Masters Magic set, the entry fee will be £35. Ultimate Masters boosters will be added to the prize pool for each player taking part, with top place getting the most boosters, naturally, and the remaining top half of players getting the remainder. If you have any questions that you can't find answers to on the website, please don't hesitate to ask. As for the weekend, we again have no additional events planned in our continued effort to try and give you lovely folks a chance to get your Christmas presents. Don't forget that our December sale is still on, so you can grab a great game for a nice low price, perfect for Christmas. On to Blackpool, and here's what's on this week as usual in Harlequins. Again, these are regular events, so please pause the video if you wish to read them all, and please check the website for more info. So just like our Preston store, we have a Magic Ultimate Masters booster draft this Friday. Again, just like Preston, the draft is limited to 8 players due to the expense and short supply of boosters, and is first come, first serve. If you want a place, you have to book it. As with Preston, the start time is 6 PM and the entry fee is £35 per player, with boosters awarded to the players depending on placing. As for Saturday and Sunday, again just like Preston, we are trying our best to keep the holiday period clear so you guys can come down and grab Christmas presents. So other than the aforementioned regular events, there is nothing on this weekend in Blackpool. The December sale is still on, so if you want to grab a great game at a great price for Christmas, then get down to either store this weekend. Right, with all that being said, it's time to move on to upcoming releases, starting with card games. So this week we have a couple of new releases for card games, but not for the usual crowd of Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, but this time it's for our other popular card games, Cardfight Vanguard and Buddy Fight. So let's start with Cardfight Vanguard Extra Booster 3 Ultra Rare Miracle Collection. Mentioned all the way back in the dark days of episode 4, this 66 card set will see support for Angel Feather, Gold Paladins and Neo Nectar clans, with a new rarity introduced in this set, URR. URR stands for Ultra Rare Rare and is for an absolutely gorgeous new full art card style. Try and grab one of these beauties, found only in this set, for Harlequins price of £3.50 for a booster, or up your chances by buying a box, £30 at Harlequins price. Next up we have Buddy Fight Future Card Ace Booster Pack Alternative Volume 1 Buddy Lineage. This set has 127 different cards and features cards for all worlds, so there's sure to be something for everyone in this great set. Buying a booster box guarantees a secret pack or a high rarity card, and with every pack having at least one card of rare quality or above, this is great value for money at Harlequins price of £3 a booster or £75 a box. That's the new releases for card games, but what about upcoming? Well, I have no new information, but as some time has passed, I'll remind everyone that in January, both Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! See 2 new major sets being released. Ravnica Allegiance for Magic, and Savage Strike for Yu-Gi-Oh! I won't repeat all of the information I originally put in episode 5, but I just wanted to remind everyone that A, these sets are coming out and they're only 6 weeks away, and B, we have pre-release events for both of these major releases. Magic's pre-release weekend is January the 18th to the 20th, and Yu-Gi-Oh's event weekend is the 26th and 27th. Full details can be found on the Harlequins website as usual. Right, with that little reminder out of the way, let's get on to board games. So first up for board games is a game I mentioned right near the beginning of this new series, Tokyo Highway. Mentioned all the way back in episode 3, my gorgeous past self had this to say. This is a distinctive looking board game that uses no conventional board, with players competing to build highways across one another and place their cars on said highway. Once all 10 of someone's cars are placed, the game ends. With a strong focus on creative thinking and steady hands, this game looks like a must-have for people looking for something that will challenge what they think of as a board game. Well said, you beautiful man. This game is £31.50 at Harlequins price. With Scythe being the monster hit that it was, of course a plethora of expansions was inevitable. However, in a shock twist, all the expansions have been of a high quality, adding clever tweaks to the game. Scythe has been such a juggernaut that the creators had an interesting idea, one that you can only really pull off if you have a large quantity of players playing your game. Get the players to submit their ideas for cards. After sifting through the suggestions and tweaking the best, we have this expansion, Scythe Encounters. This expansion contains 32 brand new promo cards that is recommended that you play with the deck by itself at first before you mix it into your existing cards. With some interesting mechanics like secrets, this expansion looks a great way to add some spice to your games of Scythe. £18 at Harlequins price. I remember seeing this next game at the UK Game Expo a couple of years ago. At the time it was a campaign on Kickstarter. While I was very interested in it due to its brilliant premise, in the busyness that followed I forgot to back it. Well, thankfully it came to fruition and is now here. Village Attacks is a brilliant take on the traditional defense style game. Think of Castle Panic as an example. However, throw in some beautiful miniatures and add a dash of brilliance in the form of you being the bad guys or girls, playing as creatures from folklore and literature, classics such as vampires, liches, banshees and the like. You have to defend your castle from the villagers who have gotten tired of your antics and decided to raise pitchfork and torch and do away with you. This game looks amazing and has reviewed extremely well, and at Harlequins price of £72 you don't need to rally a mob to be able to afford it. Another game that has done extremely well on Kickstarter is Western Legends. This beautiful game is set in America's Wild West and sets you with the task of becoming a legend. You can do this however you please. Rustle some cattle, steal some cattle, rob a bank, track down outlaws, drink, gamble and hustle your way around the West. Carve your legend into the land and be crowned champion. With its beautiful open world gameplay, this is surely a must for anyone who loves a game that conveys a phenomenal sense of freedom to do whatever you want and get damn good doing it. Harlequins price £54. And that's the end of the new releases for board games, but before we look at what's coming up for board games, I have a quick new release for RPGs. If you're into good old D&D, but you need a new set of books, or you want to give an epic present to someone who wants to get into D&D, you can't get any better than the Dungeons & Dragons Core Rulebook gift set. This set comprises everything that you need to play or run a campaign of D&D, containing a Dungeon Master's Guide, a monster manual, a player's handbook and a DM screen, all kept tidy in a beautiful slipcase. With a Harlequins price of £117, this might seem pricey, but there is quite a saving when compared to buying these items all separately. Add to that how amazing this is as a potential gift, and you won't need to make a charisma roll to win someone over this Christmas. Upcoming for board games, we have a couple of snippets of news for new releases coming before Christmas, so let's have a look. First up, we have the highly anticipated Mage Knight Ultimate Edition, containing the base game, all 3 expansions, as well as new cards, alternate paint schemes and more, all for an extremely reasonable RRP of £114.99. Whether you love Mage Knight or have always wanted to get this great game, I can think of no better opportunity. Also released from WizKids next year, we have Fury of Dracula. While this is a reprint, it's also a publisher change, with WizKids now publishing this game in place of FFG. From the images released so far, they are looking to make a vampire bite-sized mark, with several improvements such as improved rulebook, new tarot-sized cards, fully painted miniatures and more. If you never got this game the previous 3 times it had releases, now is certainly the time to rectify that mistake. This game has a $54.99 RRP, but will it get here in time for Christmas, or will it disappear into the mists of next year? Right, that's the board games wrapped up, so let's move on to the miniature releases. So unfortunately, I need to start this section off with some bad news for Infinity players. Corvus Belli have pushed back the release of their new releases that I mentioned back in episode 8, namely Zulu Cobra, Special Recon and Intervention Group, Odalisks Armed with Spitfire, Securitate, Corregidor Bandits, Kuragats, Regiment of Assault Engineers, Dakini's Hatbots and Kurai Sentinels. The new release date is December 21st. I apologise for any inconvenience this may cause, but as this is Corvus Belli themselves, this is completely out of our hands. Rest assured, as soon as they are available, we will have them in stock for any of you that pre-ordered them. Thank you very much for your patience in this matter. With all that being said, let's have a look at what's coming out for Games Workshop this week. So, upcoming from Games Workshop we have Chapter Approved, Harlequins price £17. Imperium Nihilus, Virgilus Defiant, Harlequins price £25.50. Warhammer 40,000 Carry Case, Harlequins price £18. Harkon Worldclaimer, Harlequins price £17. Marneus Calgar, Harlequins price £27.50. And Necron Cryptek, Harlequins price £17. That concludes Games Workshop's releases for this week, so let's have a look at what's coming up for release from GW. As always, I apologise for not having images for these products, but Games Workshop will not allow me to advertise their own products. If you would like to see photographs of these products, please head over to the Warhammer community webpage. I'll leave a link in the description box below. So upcoming for Games Workshop, releasing the week of the 22nd of December, we have a new big box release in the form of Realm of Chaos, Wrath and Rapture. This will be a 2-army box set for Chaos, containing both Slanesh demons and Khorne demons. Both factions will be eligible for use in both Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40,000, and the RRP of this box is £95. At the same time as this big box Chaos release, there is also an update of the classic Noise Marine miniature. This beautiful new model has an RRP of £20. And that's all the new releases from GW and miniatures in general this week. So there you go then folks, you're all caught up with this week's new releases and what's going on in both of the Harlequin stores. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider liking and sharing the video. That will help the channel to grow, and that's always a positive thing. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay up to date. Also, please remember that we have the December sale, as I mentioned earlier in the video. That's on the whole period of December, and as always we have 0 table charge, so if you do get some time and you want a bit of peace and quiet to yourself to go out and play a game, you can always come down and do that for free. There's no table charge, that's all good. With that being said, I hope your Christmas days continue to be merry in the build up to the big Christmas day, and with that being said, that's all from us for now, so thanks for watching.